What's up, everybody? My name is Kiefer, and welcome back to the Backrooms Don't Have to Be Scary. Tonight, we are playing Backrooms Cleanup Crew, the demo version. This is a game I'm actually kind of excited to play. I played through one level of it already, as like a regular one, but it has a peaceful mode, and so I figured we could go through all 3 levels that are available in the demo here on peaceful, because that kind of meshes really well with this series and what it's about, and it's just meant to be sort of relaxing and satisfying. And so I think tonight we're just gonna have a nice relaxing video, maybe put on some nice music, and we're just gonna peacefully go through and we're gonna clean the back rooms. And like I said, this is a peaceful mode that we're gonna be playing. So there is, I still don't remember what the game is. There's a Phasmophobia game that's like this, where you have to go in and clean the houses while also dodging like the ghost and the hunt. And this has a similar mechanic to that. There's a normal mode and a hardcore mode. I tried the normal mode. I haven't tried hardcore yet. But like I said, I'm genuinely excited for this game to come out. I haven't heard anything about it until I saw the demo on Steam. And it wasn't even really until I tried the game that I put together that a game called Backrooms Cleanup Crew is probably going to be a power wash simulator. But I really enjoy this. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to clean off the tutorial area here. But I think I'm going to be bringing back my 3 random game series. I say bringing back as if I made anything more than 1 episode. But I've just been playing so many demos recently that I don't, most of them don't fit into like full videos. This game is one of the few exceptions that I'm probably going to be able to make multiple videos out of this demo. Especially for something that's not, well, I was going to say for something that's not speedrunning, but this actually is like speed based for the regular levels. Like I said, this is the tutorial, but you get rewards for completing the levels in a certain amount of time, and then you unlock like different suit colors and things like that. But even without like going for the rewards, this game has enough that I can make multiple videos out of it. And so that's something we always love to see, especially out of a free demo. And I mentioned it in the first video I did in this game. I'm not sure which one of these is gonna get posted first. But I mentioned that I've been wanting to make a power wash simulator inside of Cult Rising, a sort of mini game. So you have like a little cozy game, and this is like the exact kind of vibe that I was going for. Although, like I said, this does have like the regular mode with like the ability to die. Whereas I want to make something more like Power Wash Simulator, where it's just like kind of relaxed and laid back. Because I feel like that juxtaposes well against the rest of the game. Because I do want to have some sort of like relaxing, cozy minigame in Cult Rising. But I'll probably end up doing some videos on the actual Power Wash Simulator here soon. I've literally never actually played it, which is kind of surprising. Especially with like a lot of the collabs they've done, like the 40k collab recently. But I've just never gotten around to it. But I think at this point, if I'm going to be adding similar mechanics to my game, we probably will end up going and playing it. That's usually what I like to do. I like to look at these games like this and see what makes them work, what parts make them fun, all that kind of stuff. It's basically studying, except for it's a lot more enjoyable than your average studying. But I've been having a lot of fun playing indie games recently. I think we're going to try and focus on that more. I do want to play like major releases when they come out. Like, well, okay. I don't like $70 games, and I don't know, like I can't think of any games at the moment. GTA 6 is the one possibility, but I've literally, like, out of principle, I won't even wishlist games on Steam when they're $70. Like, there's quite a few $70 games that I want, but like I don't even like paying $60 for a game. The only games that I paid $60 for recently were Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate 3. I think that's unironically it. Like, I'm trying to think. I think those are the only two games in recent memory that I've paid full price for. I always buy things on sale. And so, where was I going with this? Oh, I've been having a lot of... I actually don't remember where I was going with this. Other than I've been having a lot of fun playing... I was talking about new releases. I want to play new releases when they come out, but it probably won't be when they come out most of the time because I just don't want to pay full price for the game. So like GTA 6, there's definitely the potential, but the problem is it's releasing on console first, and the odds of me buying an Xbox or a PlayStation exclusively to play GTA 6, especially when I'm going to want to play GTA 6 on PC when it comes out on PC, that's probably not going to happen either. So I probably won't even play that on release. But I do plan on going through like most of the major AAA games. I want to go back through all of the games that I played like through my childhood, the games that I like grew up on, that kind of stuff. But I've been having a lot of fun recently playing these indie games, checking out this kind of stuff, and so I think I want to focus more on this for the channel. And also, I erased the instructions before I said anything about them, but there's also garbage that you can collect. You can hold 5 small things and 1 big one. So pretty standard, like lethal-like mechanics in that regard. Also, that's another good question. What do you guys refer to the Lethal Company genre as? Because Cult Rising definitely, at least in its early stages, will fall into that genre, and I've just been calling it a lethal-like, but I like lethal-like and company-like, I feel like neither of those really have the same sort of ring as Souls-like or holy shit, what's the genre of game that I play all the time? Roguelikes and roguelites. Like, it doesn't have the same sort of ring to it, saying company likes. And so I'm not sure if that's just an element of not being, like, just not hearing it very much, where I've like basically grown up hearing the terms roguelike, Souls-like, and roguelite, things like that. What's the other one? Metroidvania. Well, actually, that's another weird name that I've never been a big fan of. Metroidvania-like. Actually, I'm not even sure what the correct term for that is, because Metroidvania doesn't sound like a genre either. But I don't know where I was going with that, other than I wish there was a like more universal term for the genre. Because like, even if you go back to Among Us, I feel like saying Among Us-like has a better ring to it than company-like or lethal-like. And I feel like Lethal Company just kind of got fucked in the regards that it has a bad name for that. Can I get to this over here? I don't think I can, but it's interactable. So let's just check real quick, but I think it's blocked on both sides. Yeah. I don't think I can actually get to that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll start the missions. And we'll just start with level 1. And I think we only have the first 3 levels, but the screenshots for this one looks really cool. But we're gonna go ahead and we'll start with level 1. And like I said, we're gonna be playing on peaceful. I am doing a regular playthrough that's on, well, it's still on this channel, it's just a separate playlist. And so if you're more interested in seeing the spooky version, that is a thing that you can watch. But this one we're probably just gonna one-shot all in one episode, because this is the series that's kind of looking at different games. And so I tend to not play games multiple times in this series, and so I think we'll just do the full demo. Maybe when the game fully releases, we'll do another full, peaceful let's play for this series. But I think for now, we're just gonna do these 3 all in one, and then we'll do... Well, we can do at least probably 2 more episodes on the regular series, because there's the normal mode and then there's hardcore mode, and I want to try and unlock some of the cosmetics too, so we can definitely make some videos out of this. But in terms of doing it on peaceful, I think we're probably just going to do this one, and it'll be a nice addition to the series, and it'll be one of the most accurate additions to the series, because a lot of the games in this series tend to be just like general liminal dream core games that I call the backrooms, because let's be honest, you can put anything in the backrooms. And so usually whenever I'm playing a liminal space game, I just kind of headcanon it as a backrooms level. But this time we're actually playing in a peaceful backrooms level. We're just cleaning up. Nothing too spooky about it. There is something to be said though that's interesting about games that replicate work, because like there's actually, damn, I'll put the video on screen. I wish I remember who it's by, but there's a really good video on Satisfactory talking about that, how Satisfactory is essentially just like a job. And I just saw a video recently from another YouTuber talking about a different game who said essentially the same thing. Was it Pokemon maybe? Or no, I think it was Minecraft. Oh, you know what? Oh, I remember what video it was. Why don't I remember his? Any Austin. Any Austin made a Minecraft video, and he said something similar, where he said that a lot of what makes Minecraft like addicting is the elements of work, and I think it's just like sort of, I actually don't know. I genuinely don't know where I was gonna go with that, because I was gonna waffle about some shit, but then I realized that I didn't really have an answer. It's just interesting to think about, because it's true. A lot of like the mundaneness of games like this, of games like Supermarket Simulator, Power Wash Simulator, all of the life simulator games, they've been super popular, and part of that is streamers, obviously, right? Because then it gives you like sort of the ultimate freedom to be kind of goofy and crazy, and so it's good for content. But the games are still popular like on their own. Like I remember a couple years ago, I have like 600 hours in Weed Shop 3. I still play that game from time to time. I genuinely love that game, and I want to make a series on that game. There's not any reason for it. It's literally just growing weed. But there's something that's just like addicting about it. It's literally running a business. It is literally a job, but it's at the same time so much fun. And that's something that I find really interesting, because like I said, Satisfactory is the same way, where a lot of what you do is just like imitating a real life job. You get the same thing with Minecraft and a lot of survival games, and those tend to be my favorite types of games. So that's just something that's really interesting, that the like mundaneness of this. And I mean, I guess it makes sense too, because like my favorite part of EVE Online is mining, right? You sit and you orbit an asteroid and you mine it. There's not much to do, but it's just like relaxing, and I'm not sure why. It's just an interesting thought that something that like on paper is boring and pointless, adding like a little bit of flavor text to put it in a different universe that you're more interested in, suddenly makes it go from something that's just work to something that's effectively addictive. You know what? We're just actually gonna bring this. We can move this dumpster around, and so we're gonna carry this down into the hallway instead of bringing everything over. God damn it. Bringing everything over to here. My one criticism of this game is, like, you don't even need to change, like, when it finishes, but, like, don't make it remove the whole decal before I've actually finished removing it. Like, this will disappear once I get, like, most of the way through it, and that's, like, not satisfying. Just leave that little bit there and let me finish it, please. That's my only criticism of this game so far. Like I said, you don't even need to, like, get rid of the trigger, because, like, I understand. Nope, I froze the game. I understand why it's disappearing early, because if you make it so the player needs to get rid of every single pixel, you can run into issues where, like, there's a pixel right here, but you can't actually see it, and then that becomes frustrating. So I get why it finishes early, but then don't remove the actual decal whenever you detect it being finished. Leave the rest of the decal there so that I can finish cleaning it off. Because it's very unsatisfying for it to just blip out of existence. We'll leave the useless shit pile. We'll do that one last. I don't have a particular reason why, but I'm pretty sure that's actually the first thing I cleaned off in the regular playthrough I did of this, so we'll clean that off last. We'll leave the useless shit pile because I think it's useful, even though I threw the actual shit pile away. But these are the kind of games that I'm hoping to find. My ADHD, I literally almost turned around and erased it after saying that I was gonna leave it. But this is like the kind of thing that I want to find with this series. I want to find Backrooms games that, like, aren't normal Backrooms games, right? Like, I mean, the answer that I'm sure exists, and if it doesn't, we'll see more of, is like the Portal, Poppy Playtime, what's the game? Talos Principle style of, like, physics puzzles. That I wouldn't mind, but, like, I want to see something like this that's more different. That's not just, like, a staple of the horror genre set in the Backrooms. Like, that's cool, and I'll always play that. I'll always enjoy Backrooms games, but things like this that are, like, actually... It doesn't even have to be, like, purely unique, right? Like, obviously, Power Wash Simulator is a thing, but this isn't something that I've seen before in a Backrooms game. Like, I'd like to see a Backrooms, like, Power World style game. That would be really cool. Or, like, a, Stardew Valley, things like that. Just pushing it into, like, other genres. Like, I guess at the moment, Cult Rising falls into, like, a round-based zombies in the Backrooms, because that's just the game mode that we're going to be launching with. And even though the, like, full game itself is just going to be a, like, story-based RPG, we do have different game modes like that set in the Backrooms. But that's something that I'd like to see, is, like, completely different genres of games that we haven't seen here. Outside of, like, not even just, like, outside of the horror genre, but outside of, like, the... almost outside of the focus being on the Backrooms themselves. Because in this game, the Backrooms almost become like a backdrop for the actual game, as opposed to something like Liminal Core or Drain Core or the Complex, where the Backrooms is the, like, feature. That's the reason you're playing the game. The Backrooms is just like a nice dressing on top in this game. See, like that it disappears too early. I also feel like there's very, very little reason to use the other sprayers, especially that big circle one. Like this one at least has more distance, but I don't see any reason to use anything other than this. Like it's just objectively better. So that would be my other criticism, is giving like, now I don't know how you fix that. I think you probably need to like buff the range or something. But it feels like there's no reason that I would use this. Because don't they have... Yeah, they have like the same range, so... Like this is... It's only good for small objects that can fit all the way inside of it at once. Because this is just faster. I'd also like to see cleaning games like this incorporate more like window cleaning, because real life window cleaning is also super satisfying. I can put some clips up, especially of like, I don't even know what it's called. It's like why did I forget the word speed running? It's like speed running window washing, but it's like crazy to watch. So I'd like to see some more games like this incorporate those kind of mechanics. But I again don't know how you would do that. I'm actually pretty sure I've seen cleaning games with window cleaning mechanics. Like I'm sure there's a window cleaning simulator somewhere. Oh, what am I missing? Really? Well, we got it. I'm not sure if we can actually unlock any rewards while we're on peaceful. I have a feeling we probably... I feel like we probably need to be doing it, I mean, either on hardcore or on, at least on normal. But we'll go ahead and we'll go do level 2. Looks like we're playing as Jan. But I think we're gonna go ahead, we'll do the collectibles first, the throwables. I do like the sound of the things going in the bin. That is a very pleasant sound. Sound design obviously is super important in a game like this. How did that table miss? What? I'll be interested to see when this game comes out if there is like speed running for it, because I feel like speed running for this game would genuinely be really funny, especially if there's like glitches you can do. Like if there's ways, because I was trying to figure it out before, because with the physics, if you could like knock things into the bin in a way that causes the game to detect it as you putting it in the bin. Like, I feel like there's definitely potential for speedrunning strats in this game. And I'm always looking for new goofy games to speedrun. Like if I push this into it, I don't think it registers. Right, it just registers the one that I'm holding. Why is this a large object? Oh, another game that I want to play soon is Monster Hunter Wilds, but that's another one that I just don't want to spend $70 on it. See, why are these small, but that coffee maker was big? Like, the microscope makes sense to be big. Microscopes are heavy. Like, I guess coffee makers can be, but they're really not. This level definitely has a lot of hiccups. 229 total. Although are we over halfway? I'm pretty sure we are, right? Math is hard. Why study math when you can study the backroom? God damn it, that desk fucked me up. It blocked all of the small objects. What does that say? 6 point? Can I throw these at him? No, I can't. It'd be fun if I could just chuck the books into the void. Well, I guess it's not a void. Just down the hallway where I can't get to it. Soft lock yourself. Alright, we're missing 9 more. 1, 2. Oh, how'd I miss this? Where are the last 2? Right below. Alright, now we can start cleaning. I also want to stand. I wonder. Okay, so it does seem like there's correlation between your distance and the power, which does make sense because it means it's balanced. It's a little bit hard to tell though because we're shooting up the wall. I need to wait till we get to one that's more at eye level. So I want to check if that's actually true because I've been trying to stay back as far as possible so I can get as wide of a beam, but I think that's cleaning it slower. So I think we probably want to shoot for somewhere in the middle. Maybe this one is better and it's just harder to tell that it's shooting harder. Like maybe some sort of like pressure gauge on the HUD to tell you how much water pressure you're using would be helpful. Or like even if you could press, like when you press tab, if it would just like flash like these do, just flash like the range and the water pressure of the nozzle that you're using. And then that way it would make it a little bit more clear like when you should be using what. Because it really feels like this is just the best. Like there are times when this in the like regular version where this one does make sense, because you want to be able to do things like this and shoot them from range while you're dodging the obstacles and stuff. So this nozzle I understand. I don't understand what this is for unless if it is stronger, but it doesn't seem like it is. So maybe it just needs to be like a little bit bigger. Maybe it's just too small, it doesn't compete well with the line here. Or like the long flat nozzle. Dude, like even like this, I feel like the flat one is still better. Because there's not really a point where I can't reach the like circle. So at the moment, I feel like there's no reason at all to use the large circular nozzle. Also, I'm not sure if there's like been a patch or something and they changed it, or if it's just because I've already played through all the levels. But the first time that I played through, I kept getting like a tutorial notification that I could press tab to see what's not finished. Like once I hit the 90% progress mark, that would just happen every like 15 seconds and I could not get the hint to go away. But it looks like it's gone now. So I feel like that was either just a bug or they just like released a patch for this since I've filmed that first episode. I do really like the way that the carpet looks whenever you spray it. Like oh, what's that called? I know what the word is. Like the white specks. The specular highlights, I think that's the term. Actually, I don't remember now. But the like specular highlighting of the carpet whenever it gets wet like this looks so realistic. And I think that's part of what makes this like actually satisfying. It looks like the carpet's actually getting wet. Because on the wall, it's just not quite the same, because obviously it's a wall, not a carpet, and so it doesn't hold the moisture. The way this looks just is really satisfying. In a way that would be super unpleasant to walk in. I mean, I guess we have a hazmat suit on, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Be like, is this better here? Like, the ground is the one spot where I think this one might actually be better just because of the angle. But it's honestly still difficult to tell. See, that kept popping up every time I would hit the 90 percentile. Now it's happening at 99. And that's not nearly as annoying. But also, I'm literally cleaning off the last thing. I don't think I need to check where it is. Really? I did miss something? Oh, I just covered it up. Well, not too bad. Again, I don't think, maybe this just like isn't even available in the demo. Like it might, you might just have to wait till the full release to get this, but also it could just be that we're on peaceful mode. But we'll go ahead and we'll do the last level. But it seems like thematically this game has a lot in common with like the early portions of Cult Rising. Because for anybody who doesn't know, whenever we launch Cult Rising, the first version is going to be, like I mentioned at the beginning, a Lethal Company like. But the story is going to be you're working for a corporation called... You're working for a corporation... I got so distracted, oh my god. You're working for a corporation called Yum Time Co. Specifically Yum Time Co. Family Entertainment. But in this universe, the Backrooms and SCP exist, and so you're not purely going into the Backrooms, you're going into an SCP that I've designed as sort of the main area of the game that's called the Labyrinth. And what the Labyrinth is it's itself... God, explaining this is a headache. The Labyrinth is a pocket dimension that is essentially infinite, and it just has a room with an elevator, and the room makes these gemstones that if you take them outside of the room and then do a ritual with them, it will teleport whatever plane of existence that you're in inside of the labyrinth, which on the one hand is like stupidly overpowered, and so it'll probably never be actively used in universe, but it was used to set up the setup for the universe. And so you will be exploring the Backrooms, but you'll also be exploring other places. A lot of them are SCPs, like SCP-3008. SCP, is it what's the Endless Forest? Is it 6111? I think it is. But there's a bunch of SCPs, like geographical SCPs like that, like 3008, the Infinite IKEA, that are also inside of it. And so you'll get to explore all of those at once. And then I'm sort of combining all of the mechanics that we've, well, at least I'm planning to. They're not implemented yet, but we're planning on implementing pretty much all of the mechanics we've seen from like the Lethal Company likes. So you'll be able to buy a video camera and you'll be able to record videos to upload, like content warning. You'll be able to buy cameras that you can use to take pictures like in Headliners. And then there will be scrap. Well, actually, it's not going to be scrap. The big difference between Cult Rising and Lethal Company is going to be Cult Rising is more like FPS focused. So like I said, it's going to be like almost like a round-based zombies mode, except instead of working like Call of Duty Zombies, it'll work more like Risk of Rain 2, where it'll be a sort of roguelike system, but as you stay in the labyrinth longer, the enemies will get more difficult and more of them will spawn. And so then the gameplay loop is kind of going to be going in, killing enemies, and then instead of collecting scrap, you're going to be harvesting organs. But then you'll also be able to take pictures of evidence, take videos of evidence, and you'll make money from that. And then I'm getting too distracted trying to play and talk at the same time. And then at some point I might add some sort of mechanics like this where you could go in and clean too. But the general idea is it's kind of going to be all pretty much optional. So it'll be dependent on like what gear you take with you. And so if you like one system more than the other, you can pretty much just ignore systems that you don't like. But then also I'm not sure exactly how the balancing is going to work yet, but there will be certain sections that are better for like pictures and videos. There will be certain ones where you can get more rare organs, and so it'll be better to engage in like the combat system in those sections. And so that's really what we're working out right now. But it seems like thematically it does have a lot in common with this, because in Cult Rising you're playing as a cleaner for Yumtime Co. or Yumtime Corporation. Wait, is it? I don't. Well, those I guess actually mean the same thing, but I actually don't remember what. No, it is Yumtime Co. Yeah, Yumtime Co. Family Entertainment. It's too late, I think. My brain is starting to turn off. I've been yapping for 45 minutes. But this has the same sort of vibe where you're doing cleanup for a company that seems to be doing some sort of shady shit back here. I'm not sure why we're cleaning up ritualistic symbols, and isn't there our coworkers' bodies here? So like, no. Does that just say no escape, or I can't tell what that says. What's happening here? Hourly check-ins required with Dr. Clark and Nurse Livingston. Report all migraines or sight issues immediately. I wonder if there is going to be lore of this in this game. Because it seems like they're kind of setting up for it in like honestly, in the way that these games tend to do, like Lethal Company, where it's not very front and center. It's honestly a lot more like Elden Ring, where you have to like go out of your way to look for the environmental storytelling to figure out what exactly is going on. But it seems like there is potential for lore here. Yeah, it seems like getting closer definitely does make it stronger. So maybe that is the reason this works. You can cover more area from close range with this, maybe? I don't know, this still feels better at close range. Like the small one I definitely get, but I think this one needs buffed. And just throw that at a table. No, let's bring this over here instead of chucking shit across the room. You know what, actually, we'll just pick up all of these. Because this is the more tedious part than spraying everything down. What am I even picking up here? Baguettes, coffee cups, cards? What was even happening here? The ritual was a French poker game or some shit. Like, do these say anything? Well, not that I can read. What am I'm missing one? Oh. Let me just yeet that sticky note across the room. You know what would be a funny but completely unnecessary mechanic if instead of just throwing the sticky notes like that because it doesn't make any sense, if when you threw it, it turned into like a paper airplane and threw. Like, that would be such an unnecessary thing, but that would be a really funny touch. I think things like that are what made... I'm gonna say this, I can't even think of any examples of things like that, but things like that are what made Lethal Company feel so special. Like, maybe just like you could even say the like ice cream song or whatever of the delivery machine, but just like little goofy details like that make it feel just a lot, it feels like a lot more care was put into it than like as opposed to a lot of modern AAA games. And there we go. Well, that is... Well, that is the full demo for Backrooms Cleanup Crew. Like I said, I'm excited for this game to come out. I'm going to be playing through the rest of the game when it launches. I'm going to be playing through these 3 levels again on normal and hardcore difficulty. So if you want to see that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share for more. But check out the second channel for all of your cult rising content, and I will see you next time.